Greetings, blessed love, and a mighty royal welcome to my channel. This is I am Life and Light Productions, and Just Sparks. I am your host. Today, I come to reason a little bit about remembrance, what it is to remember. So I pray each and every eye is up full and bright and living in the light of their mind, living in their imagination, living in their state fulfilled, living in their Sabbath, the day of rest, the day of transformation, the day of reform. We do give thanks once again for each and every eye joining in with I. I pray each and every eye's household is full of health, wealth, and loads of love going through. You see it? So, remembrance and what it is to remember. You see like how the ancients who came before us left us the commandments, and one of the commandments states that we must remember to keep the Sabbath holy. Remembrance. Just like how they speak in metaphysics and in the quantum field, and they speak about, we're living with multiple, infinite amounts of possibilities, and everything is coexisting at the same time. They speak about that it's many versions of us and we are all existing simultaneously. So that is also in link to their remembrance. When they're telling you that you want to manifest, you have to remember that this reality that you want to manifest exists already. It's a version of you that is already living it. So I really come forward to speak about that, and let's go. So remembrance and what it means to remember, and we will start with the quantum field where they tell you that, all possibilities exist simultaneously. You see it? Now, you hear many ones them regurgitating this same statement, but they're not in depth with what they're speaking. They're just repeating what they heard. You see? Because consciousness can only exist as one consciousness. You see? In other words, you cannot be conscious of two different realities at the same time. You see? You can only be conscious of one reality. And that one reality is what you're living. You see? So when they speak about there is many possibilities and all of these are existing simultaneously, you see, it is true that there is many possibilities, many choices for you to think of, and they're all existing right here all at once. You see? But to say now that you're existing in many different, realities all at the same time is a lie. It's not true. Because you can only exist in one consciousness at a time. You see? So you as a being cannot be multiple existence at the same time. You see? That's why the meditation of manifestation is about remembering who you are. You see? Not that there is another version of you living already in the state that you desire to live in. No. It is you remembering the state that you desire to be in all the time and being conscious of that state only. That is what it means by remembrance. You see? Remembering who you are in the mirror of your mind. You see? So when you're remembering now that, okay, you're this millionaire or you're this wealthy business owner, You see, when you hold that vision, you visualize yourself as that being. You feel yourself as that being. So then now you become that being. When you come out of that vision, that imaginative state, you have to remember who you are from that vision during the course of your day. You cannot go back into your old version of self. It do not work that way. You have to now be thinking from your desired end. Thinking from there. Now that is a conscious move. Not physical, but a conscious move within self. When you no longer see yourself as that old version anymore. In no way whatsoever. All you're conscious about is the new version of yourself. And you must remember that new version of yourself in order to be conscious of it. So that is what they're speaking about when they speak about the term remembrance. Remember who you are. There is no two existence of your consciousness existing at the same time. It's a misconception. People do not understand what they're saying. And the only way you can understand is if you experience it for yourself. You see? When you're dwelling in your state fulfilled, you have to dwell in that place where your desire is done. And when you're in that place, there is no more, I have to do it, I want to do it, I will do it, I need to do it. There is no more of that. It is done. Yes, right. So you have to continually remember that state, that it is done. And don't ever go back to it not being done. When you go back to it not being done, it speaks in the Bible that you fall asleep. You forget who you were. You looked in the mirror in your mind and you say you're this wealthy person, but then when you come out and you walk out your house door, you start to think about all the problems of the world that you're facing. You're no longer in remembrance. You have fell asleep to your vision. You see? And this is what is being spoken about when they speak about remembrance. So there is no two versions or three versions or an infinite amount of versions of you existing at the same time. It is not true. It is a lie. There is only one version of you existing at a time or at the time. There is no other. There is one consciousness. And whatever you are conscious of, you become. You see? So that's why they say faith is most important. Because faith is the art of controlling your thoughts to the point that you produce a physical result. That is what faith is. So you have to be able to control your thought in the way of remembering who you are, what you have in your bank account, you see it? What you're driving, whatever it is you want to manifest, whatever life you want to live. You got to keep it in remembrance at all times. You see it? And we must also remember too that the goal is not the symbol of the reality, which is the material things that we gain. The goal is to enter into that feeling, you see it? That mental attitude, that state of being full and whole and complete. That is the goal. For when you enter there, all things shall be given to you that is in accordance with that state of being, with that mental state. You see it? Because remember, thoughts and feelings coincide with each other. They are one and the same. A thought have a feeling, which is a vibration. A vibration or a feeling have a thought. It's the same thing. They do not exist without each other. You see? So we have to learn to control the vibration that is within us by controlling the thoughts, by controlling the vibration. You see it? It's a balance. And it takes remembrance to stay in the way of it, to stay in that state fulfilled. So that is what they speak about when they speak of remembrance. You know? So I give thanks for the eyes them joining in, because it is very essential that we know exactly what we're doing and how to approach this thing. You see? Because many are out there, and they're claiming to be teachers, which I don't call anyone out there a false teacher or a false preacher. Everyone is teaching, preaching, and doing according to their state. You see? And according to their state, they are perfect in that state. So we don't bring criticism. We don't condemn. You know what I'm saying? We don't point finger and blame. You see? We come and speak so that we can help edify each other. You see? Because it's about edifying one another. Iron sharpen iron, the countenance of one man brighteneth another. So we ain't coming to point finger. We're coming to perfect the thing. You see? So remembrance is about you remembering that state that you say that you desire to be in. Because you can only dwell in one conscious reality at a time. You cannot serve two masters. And that is another thing. A lot of people want to, teach this metaphysics only scientifically, but not religiously. But science and religion are twin sisters. Where one goes, the other most necessarily follows. So in order to get the fullness of what this metaphysics teaching is about, you have to apply science and religion, And the greatest book that holds it is the Bible. It is a metaphysical book of mind science. You see it? Self-mastery. And there are many other books too that you can also read and gain the knowledge also. Like the Corpus Hermetica and the Emerald Tablets and the Papyrus Egyptian Book of the Dead. Those are books that hold it same way. Hold the teachings the same way. You see? So we give thanks again for clearance, for edification, so that the eyes them can move forward, understanding that is a remembrance within self of who you're desiring to be. And you must be that person now in reality in order to make that shift, in order for the universe to shift. The universe have to see a sign from you. You're not looking to the universe for a sign. You are the sign that shows the universe that you are in the state which you desire to see manifest. And the universe will perfectly reflect and manifest the state that you're in, which is your vibration. You see it? Your feeling. And your feeling comes from your uttermost inner thoughts that you're holding to be true. You see it. So we give thanks once again. Blessings to each and every eye, all those who are out there, who are playing their part, doing what they have to do, in this reality that we call creation, to help ones and ones have better knowledge of self. And as I always say, the best place to go is within your own self. Decide not to the next video, or to the next book. Go within yourself and ask those questions and be honest about you. Be honest with yourself about you. Decide, and you will get all the answers them that you're desiring. You see it? Your spiritual being will start speaking to itself. You see it? And you will hear it. For you are that spiritual being that will be speaking to yourself. You see it? You have been living all this time thinking that you're flesh and blood. You know what I'm saying? And that there is some sort of separation between the body and the spirit. You see it? When the body is just the expression of the spirit. So it's the same. And this we must understand in order to overcome all diseases, all sorts of error that concerns the human structure. We must realize that the human structure, the body, is a spiritual being and not what they tell us, physical. We know that matter is not fixed. Matter is fluctuating. You see? So what does that mean? It's interchangeable. So it's a form of the spirit that you can see. And not just something separate, not just something that is just material matter. And, it is not of no true value. The spirit is all the value. No. You see it? What the spirit produces of great value, just as the spirit itself. You see it? All are valuable. All have its purpose. The body, the mechanism that we use to create through feeling and through inner sight, imagination and feeling. We create our reality. The body is a marvelous piece of mechanism. You see it? And we must honor it, honoring our father and our mother, so that our days may be long in this same body, in this land that the Lord thy God has given us. We have given ourselves. You see it? So, my royal people, we do give thanks again. Royal blessings to each and every household. It is a joy to come and share the word of salvation, the word of life. Those words that give it you life. Life eternally. Yeah. That water that you drink of and you will never go thirsty again. That food you will eat of and you will never be hungry again. Yes, the spiritual word. It is meat indeed. It is bread and it is wine indeed. And when you eat of it, you shall become whole. The same word that you speak out of your mouth, the same meditation that you're holding within you is what is forming you. It formed your body and it's forming everything that you experience. You see it? So use the power of your word to purify and cleanse yourself continually and purify and cleanse your surroundings continually. You see it? Come back to self. Come back to your authority. Take control of your life. Take control of your own thinking. It's not about what anyone thinks, not even about what I think. It's about what you think and believe to be true. That you will experience as each and everyone is experiencing. Whatever we're believing to be true in creation, of ourselves, of creation, is what we will experience, no matter what it is, no matter what the belief. So we see the grandness and the beauty and the wonder of this world that we're living in. This place where we call earth, where everyone wants to label hell. There is nothing hellish about the earth. Yes, right. There is nothing at all hellish about it. It is the reflection of Mount Zion, the reflection of the mind. The beauty of the mind is reflected on earth. And when we see all the beauties here on earth, yes, we got to glorify the mind from which it came from, from which all things proceed. So more love and blessings until such time again. I will come forward again this week here again, this strong, with another video. So until such time, royal family, Hold it up, you sight, and keep your thoughts aright. For you are creating every second of every minute of every hour of every day. You sight, and there is no time that you're not creating some sort of experience, some sort of piece to the puzzle that you call your life. You sight? So remembrance is key to have a sustainable manifestation. For if you just going into your imagination and remembering it there, and then when you come out, the cares of the world is bothering you and annoying you, and the bills and the troubles, all those things them that are before you is annoying you and is affecting you, then you're vibrating out those same effects, those same causes, those same feeling to become effects in your world, and it will grow among that same manifestative, imaginative thought that you had. You see, it will grow amongst it. The wheat will grow with the tares. And then now you will have your manifestation come to you, but then you will also have other difficulties there with you. You see, and then your manifestation will not last because it's not a sustained thought. You see, you have not held it indefinitely as your only reality. So it will come and it will go. You will rise and you will fall. You're entering the kingdom and you're entering out again. You see it? Yes, I. So when they speak about infinite possibilities now, they're speaking about, all these different choices that you have that are ready to be collapsed into your reality. They're not existing as an already collapsed reality. You see it? You have to now, through your consciousness, be conscious of that choice. And when you're conscious of that choice, then you start to collapse that reality. Then you start to bring that reality into manifestation. All realities are existing simultaneously, but they're not in motion until you are conscious about it. You see it? So keep these things here in mind. It will help you on your way to your manifestation, to that mind of Christ. You see it? That mind of discipline. You see it? And understand the mind of Christ is not an arrogant mind. It's not a forceful mind. You see it? It's a very patient, discreet, you see it? And it's a very compassionate mind. You see it? So in your searchings, in your seekings for truth, for knowledge of self, mind the ones them that you listen to, see if they're speaking arrogantly. If they're speaking arrogantly, they're not there yet. Though you can still learn from them. Yes, right. We can learn from anyone. No matter the stage that they're in, you can learn something from them. But understand that the true spirit or consciousness of that Christ, that mastermind, is absolute peace. Yes, right? Absolute peace. Joy, splendor, total acceptance, with no condemnations, with no judgments. You see it? So, blessed love once again to each and every eye. I had to come back in and fit this in because, I think I had missed it, explaining it in this way, because, you cannot exist or you cannot be conscious of more than one reality at the same time. Only one reality. You see? That's why it say dwelling in the state fulfilled. There's only one reality in that state fulfilled. You see? There is no other reality. There is no other reality of that state unfulfilled. You see it? It must be fulfilled only, and you must be thinking from that train of thought. If it's a house you want to manifest, you should be waking up and sleeping in that house. You see it? Everywhere you go, if you go to the store, it should be from that house. You see it? And there should be no other house that exists to you but that new house that you're manifesting. No other house should manifest. You have to be totally oblivious to your current state. You cannot pay it no mind. You have to totally and absolutely forget it. And then be in complete and absolute remembrance of the new state that you're desiring to be in. So, until such time, royal family, blessed love. Most I am.